What we're seeing right here is the US dollar against the Japanese yen ripping past a supply zone on the 4 hours. I mean, this thing is whipping all the way from 147, blowing through 148, and it's heading straight for the 149 zones. And this is because the US released their CPI news year over year to be bullish. It's a good thing because if you're trading supply and demand, you're going to see this market analysis in a very totally different manner. Let's begin. So right here on the news, we can see the US dollar just had a very bullish CPI year over year news release, and that makes it absolutely king right now. It is king over every other thing. If you go to the market, you will find the US dollar against anything is heading in a direction of the US dollar. Now, you can see the euro against the US dollar. You see the strong bearish move. I had price waiting here, but well, it seems that wait is now over. Price is not going to come back for me. Same thing on the British pound against the US dollar. You can see everybody is buying the US dollar right now because the US dollar made significant move. But when you open the US dollar against the Canadian dollar, what you notice is there is no strong move. And why is that? Well, this is simply because the Canadian dollar also printed really, really good numbers on their own CPI median numbers. And hence, they are kind of moving at the same growth rates currently. So looking into the chart, let's do an analysis straight into the US dollar Japanese yen and see if we have possible options and reasons to come into this market to buy or sell. So obviously you expect my chart to be marked up because I've been looking at this market for quite some time, but we're going to start up on the monthly. On the monthly time frame, we have this good demand zone right here at 1 point, sitting right at the 137 to 130 mark. Now it's a monthly zone. It's expected to be huge. That is a fact. It's expected to be huge. And then we had this previous monthly zone, which came all the way from 161 to 154, which is a supply zone. But currently, the best supply zone we have here is this one right now. But the reason why I still mark this supply zone here instead is simply because price hasn't broken above or below any zone yet. So this zone is not so strong, not so valid, but nevertheless, it's not something you should look down on and disrespect. Focusing on this zone, we're just going to reanalyze this market entirely. We're looking at the weekly now. On the weekly, if we have this zone to trade with, as price broken below or above, so right here I can see price broke below a zone. I'm going to make that clear. So price broke below this low and pushed further for the low right here, meeting into the zone but not totally disrespecting the low. You can see the low is still being respected. So what do I think price is doing? I think price is coming for a retest of this key area, and possibly this is going to be a determining zone. It is either going to rip through this and head for this, or it is going to respect this and come back down for the new zone it literally created first. But what we know is price is most likely coming down here or breaking through this zone at this point in time. With the news release, we are expecting some sort of powerful move, some sort of mitigation within the next coming days, probably in the next 2-3 days. And with that, I would say heading into the daily, since we now have a very good confluence area, we put our Fibonacci retracement tool, and we can see we are so hard into the supply zone, into the premium areas, and these are areas where you should be looking for selling opportunities only. Yes, that is me saying go against what you see in the market, but not dive into it. Do not go dive into it. You don't dive into this market right now. Instead, what you do is you're waiting for the price to come into here and give you signs. But overall, looking on the daily, this market is actually printing a bullish move. You can see it here, all the lows being low and the high just being mitigated right now. Price mitigating this high at the 1.48 level, seriously mitigating, looking like it's going to rip through it. But you just have to be watchful, you have to be careful and stay safe. In my opinion, I'm still waiting for opportunities. On the daily, I have this zone right here. This is a good buy zone. This is an area where sales could occur. So we're watching. If you're going to take a trade here, we need to see CHOCH. For those who don't know what CHOCH is simply what you're seeing right here. Change of structure. Price going in and coming out and breaking below lows. So in this case, we're looking for CHOCH to occur something like this. Just to illustrate, we're going to have price move in, move down, move in further, and it could just break straight down or show signs and break out of the levels. And when we see that, we would aim for supply zones on the 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour to trade down here. First and foremost here. But if we don't see that happening, then we're going to do one last thing. We're going to wait for price to break into this level and observe for similar situations right there. So what are we doing? We're waiting for price to either do this here or do it here. If it does it here, we're going to be aiming for a longer area. And if it doesn't do it in either side, right? If it doesn't do it on either side, it keeps moving up. Then at that point in time, we know we have an inverse reason to trade this market, because price breaking above this high automatically puts this market in a total bullish move on every time frame. That is what it's going to be like. So until then, I want you guys to look at this market, analyze it. If you do like this kind of market analysis, I want you to go down in the comments and inform me. Also, click the like and subscribe to the channel. It tells me that you do enjoy this kind of videos, and I will look forward to making more of this. To then catch you all on another one.